Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I'm gonna finish up on my girl. I set for you. Get out of there. 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 Sorry about that. What the hell? Sorry about that. Phone going crazy. Sorry about that. I gotta wrap up my lesson. What I said. This is the good part right here. This is the end, but it's gonna tell you how to understand and what she really represents. So let's go. Right thinkers. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. Excuse me. And that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, that's what I'm on, is that all right thinkers know thyself. Right thinkers, your goal as a right thinker is to know thyself. See where we're going with that? So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And always to my yacht be true. I'm wrapping up. I said, but I hope you get this lesson. So let's start with this one. Right thinkers, let's talk about I said and her special powers to stop the world concept. Okay. It's the concept. It's a mythological view, but it makes a lot of sense if you can interpret it and understand it. My goal is to get you to understand it so that way you can use that concept philosophically. Let's go. And it says here, in order to dissolve the opposites of something separated from nature that can be known what? When nature is forsaken. So in order to dissolve the opposites and enter into, you ready? The meditative state. Watch this. The mystical experience with Ra. What I tell you every day, when I go into my meditative state of mind, I'm talking to my higher self. God, in her mind, is Ra. We got the concept, whatever you want to call him, but that's what you're doing. You need to commune with him. In some cases, her. Don't make a difference, but that's what meditative state of mind is. Raise your conscious level from this physical stuff to the next level up. Watch this. And she attains. When you do that, you will attain, watch this, the knowledge which cannot be spoken. Why? God's experience, I can't tell you about that. You have to have it. You have to call, that's what we call the experience for yourself. It's some things you can do that can make that happen. My goal is to make that happen for you by giving you the things you need to do for yourself, and then you and him can have y'all one-on-one. But if you're praying, you're talking to him anyway. If you're meditating, you learn how to what? Still yourself and listen to him. Come on now, that's yoga. Been doing that for years. But watch this. What you learned, this knowledge from Aset can't be spoken. Why? She had to experience it, like we all do. By what? You ready? Becoming one with the divine. That's the whole idea, knowing thyself, becoming one with your higher self. Come on, man. It's making sense to me, I guess. Maybe just because I understand it. But that's called transcendent what? Time and space. The physical world. You got to give here. Why? You're going to leave here in the physical world. This is just clothing for this physical world. It's going to wear out and run out, so to speak. The body ain't you. You're not the body. You're in the body. And when you get this knowledge, watch this. When you transcend time and space, you bestowed what? With knowledge, self knowledge. academia, biblical, whatever else knowledge, all fall short of what? Self-knowledge. Why? Because gnosis, that's my word, aka nihas. That means you have reached a spiritual awakening. You've become enlightened with what? Knowledge of self. It is important to understand that, right thinkers. Why? That the discipline of wisdom, right thinking philosophy, when studied and lived out that philosophy, it works, and what? It will render your personality what? Detached and dispassionate. And this is the prerequisite for what? Coming into your higher knowledge of self, which allows every person who practice to become what? Fully disillusioned. Stop worrying about the stuff of the world. We can't let that go, some of us. So when you become asset level in higher knowledge understanding, you let that go. And now you are free from what? The spiritual ignorance. You in the physical world thinking you're a spiritual being living in the physical world thinking that's it. Then you're spiritually ignorant. That's my job, to help you become what? Spiritually enlightened, to know certain things. My man just told me, well, when we die, that's it. Nobody know about the hereafter. Ignorant, ignorant, again, ignorant. Dude, my man, love you, but you are ignorant. What? Of spiritual knowledge. Simple. After she had what? That communion. Once you have your experience with God, it's no longer up to the preacher, me, or anybody else to give you anything about God. Why? You have your own experience. You can take it from there. Like teaching a kid how to ride a bike. You hold the seat till they get going. When they start going on their own, they start pedaling, you let go. They don't even know you let go. They just doing it on their own. They don't know. They look back, they freak out. Like Peter with Jesus on the water, the story. All this is getting in confidence. Learn how to ride your own bike, so to speak. You can get help. Yeah, we help you. But once you get going, you keep going. Don't stop. Sorry about that. I get excited. Why? Because self-knowledge is what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's the way to go. And watch this. Once you had that communion, what did she do? She became powerful because she uttered special words of power. Hecker to what? Heal Ra, because she the one that infected her, remember? And that's the oldest trick of the book. You cause the problem, you come in there what? You solve the problem that you caused, and you're the hero. And the person you caused the problem with ain't none the wiser to who did it or took care of him. That's that guy's MO. He learned that a long time from us, and he's been using it ever since. Another lesson. Let's go. But let me get right quick. This Hecker. Now, Hecker for Asset meditation. It's from the Mantu in Ru and Aset. It's the myth, the story, the legend of who? Ra and Aset. I just gave that lesson a little while ago, how she made him a deal that he couldn't refuse. If a guy got a gun in your head, or better yet, Christians, y'all wouldn't colonize. Y'all forced Christianity on people. You didn't endure it with it. Nobody came to y'all to be a Christian. You forced it on people. You got to hatch it. You Christian or Muslim. If you're a Muslim, assalamu alaikum. You're a Christian, y'all love Christ. You'll do anything what? To keep your, whatever you're doing, keep life going. So if whatever you want me to be, I'll be that. It shouldn't be that way. It should be freedom. God don't do that. So that's the concept. But right here, this is the Hecker that she performed, like she made the deal with Ra. It says in the hieroglyph, you see right here, they show you the people. Hope you can see it small. But you see the end, it's a guy with a hatchet to his head. Okay? That's the set part. That's I set. She got some evil. Okay? Just don't get it twisted. I want to point that out. But watch this. Now it says the hieroglyph shows the picture with Ra, the water, the owl, the signs of Maya, and the guy with the hatchet to his head. That's death. Death is the that's the ego. That's what it drives you to. And the second one say translation. It says Ra in Ankh Mitut Mat. It means Ra to live, poison, death to it. And the last one, it says the contextual translation, it reads may Ra live and may the poison die. And who had control over that? I said. Okay, she had the antidote. She had the cure. Okay, moving on. Let me get this next thing. And now this is This is a specific formula. This specific formula is given to us in two myths. Okay, I told you the other one, the story of Ra and Aset, and also the story of the Asarian resurrection, where Aset, husband Asar, was killed and she brought him back. Her son was killed, she brought him back. She got power, she bad mama jam. Let's go. But these are the special secret words of power that are what uttered when you reach that level. Remember, she got the secret word. Okay, it's always a secret word. It's always a secret. Okay, but they allow what the goddess did the resurrection what to occur. Excuse me. This allowed what the goddess did the resurrection to occur. But the words of power. Listen, y'all know this one. Watch this. Y'all ain't the first to say this. Her words of power must be backed up. Your words of power must be backed up with what? Acclimated energy, meaning works, deeds. Like you say, prayer without works is dead. We knew that a long time ago. Again, I'm just pointing out a lesson to you. I'm teaching with accumulated energy. I mean, you just can't pray and just hope it's going to work out. No, you got to work in of repeated effort. Repeated effort in what? Shady studies, profound studies, and the practice of what? The disciplines that will cleanse and what? Infuse the mind with what? Positive IRIA, aka action. IRI. That means whatever you do is going to cause some reaction. You reap what you sow. You're judged by your IRIA, ARIU. Okay, Ariu, Haru, Makaru. That U means you for a reason. Let me go. I'm almost done. I see. Oh yeah, I got a little time, so we good. I got another page and a half. We did not speak about Aset's what special powers to what stop the world. How she stopped the world? Come again. When I make statements, I'm going to explain it to you. Trust me. The question is, what kind of dispassion and detachment do you really have about this physical world? He loved it. That's all he knew. I know better. So I don't have to love it. Why? I know better. I can make a better decision based on what? What I know. He didn't know better, obviously. Moving on. And if he did, he made his decision. Simple as that. Again, ignorant ain't bliss. Okay? Because you're going to make some decisions out of ignorance. That means you making decisions not knowing what you're talking or what you're doing. That's never good. So that's the concept. But what's this? The question is, how much do you not like what's going on? If you are partly, what's this? Caught up in worldly desire. I mean, you like this, but you don't like that. I do this, but I don't like that. You can't have selective discipline. No, it's either one or the other. If you're a Muslim, you can't eat pork. If you're a pork lover, why become a Muslim? If you're not prepared to stop eating pork, why? Because that's what Muslims do. That's part of what being a Muslim is. Just saying, I'm like, that's my concept. I know y'all have eating diets that y'all profess. Y'all don't drink, you don't smoke, all that good stuff. I ain't got a problem with none of that. I don't do them either. So I ain't arguing about that. Moving on. But if you caught up in worldly desires, meaning, watch this, worldly ignorance, there you go. You're ignorant. Why? Because your words of power, you claim you this, you claim you that, are not going to have full power. I can't claim to be a right thinker and act like a damn fool. Words of authenticity are lost when why? When what you say don't match what you do. Bye-bye. What is your level of tenacity? How bad do you want it? Our dreams. Some of us fall short. Why? Because we don't put enough energy, effort into what we claim we want. Simple. And you can't blame nobody but self. What is your level of determination? How bad do you want it? What is your capacity of what? One pointedness, focus, laser focus of mind to what? Concentrate on what? One specific goal of what? Destroying the illusion, aka ignorance of the world of time and space. My job as a right thinker to get you to see all this nonsense, what it is, and that way make better decisions for yourself. I ain't trying to run your life. I ain't got time for that nonsense. I'm trying to enlighten you to what you can do to make your life better for yourself. That's who I'm going to do it one way or another, be it good or bad. If it's going bad, try something else. If it's going good, I don't need that right thinking. Well, I'm doing my thing. My son said, Dad, I see it, but I'm still working with what you gave me. Like, that worked for him. Again, different time. I got a whole different perspective now. But when he got, that works for him. Why? I gave him the good stuff back then. I didn't introduce him to none of the negative. So it works. Now, is the world bothering you? This is part gonna be personal for me. Are you bothered by people on your job or the injustices in the world? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I'm getting annoyed just seeing us as a people being played for suckers. I'm not a sucker, so I don't like what I'm seeing that y'all just doing and people going with it. I'm not appreciative. 85% of us are ignorant, and y'all just using that as a tool to just play them like suckers. That's annoying to me. So I got a problem with what's going on in the world. Your health, I'm in good health. I ain't seen a doctor in 10 years. So I don't care about health. Why? I know how to live. I live to eat. I eat to live. Moving on. Are you a doctor? Nope. Are you a lawyer? Nope. And do you have those kinds of worries? Not a one. If you're in a relationship, if you're doing something on the side, you got all kind of worries. So that's another thing. I don't have worry gray, okay? I got wisdom gray. Why? I don't do things that I got to worry about no more in my life. I don't walk around here a head full of gray hair. Why? Because you worry. Yeah, oh, this is why. Can't do nothing about that. Fellas, this is cool. If you don't want to look old, diet or cut it off. But if it's here, you're old, that's telling people, I'm old. I'm an old goat now. There, I got the white hair to prove it. Simple. I'm not going to dye my hair black to look young. Ain't happening. Ain't doing it. I'll be with you in a second. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Where was I? We were talking about, are you bothered by people on your job? Are you bothered injustice of the world? Okay, I get it. Now, your health. No, good health. Eat right, live right. Or your doctor knows. What do you got? So what are you going to do with your employees? I have none. That's not my issue. And your job. And your this is your that back and forth. No matter how bad the world might be. And from a certain perspective, it's looking pretty bad right about now. But watch this. If you yourself apply these teachings properly, what happened? And with sufficient power, what happened? Sufficient determination, what happened? Sufficient feeling, what'll happen? Then you can stop the world cold. How about that? What you mean? And this is actually what the goddess Aset did. Watch this. When her son died, I told you, she screamed so loud. She went past this and went to the next level where Ra is in his boat, traveled by a million years. He heard the howl. He knew something was up. Okay, symbolically, metaphorically. Okay, so what she's showing you, she's the ultimate mother, the ultimate wife. She is the ultimate all that. She's all that and a bag of chips. That's what I say. Mom, this is a mommy who my mommy, because she do way beyond. Okay, they say behind every good man is a good woman, and behind some bad men was good women. How about that? So my mom was one of them. All right. But when her son died, watch this. Now, when that happened, what happened? She could not help him. Uh-oh. Scorpions came and stung him when she wasn't around, and she came back and found him lifeless. She had to stop the world, so to speak, conceptually. Watch this. Stop time and space. In fact, and this is what a great teaching. Why? Because it's showing you how she gonna block out everything. She gonna stop everything to attend to hers. Get the concept? It's a teaching. It's a lesson. All right. And stopping the world occurs when what? When the mind transcends the physical senses of time and space, and you having achieved this feat, the personality now can what? Discover a heretofore unknown region, meaning you higher up there now, where you never been before. You're in that unfamiliar territory, okay? In of its existence, which is beyond the world, henceforth remain separate what? From the physical world, regardless of any condition. We use Haru at the Falcon, the Peregrine Falcon. That's a bad damn jammer, boy. And when you use that as a spirit, it's showing you they knew what the spirit, they knew the power of the falcon, and they used that as the headdress to show you this is who we are. The falcon is the man. But of course, you got the body, you got family, and you got other circumstances of a person. And these are all part of the world, which is you live in time and space. So through this discipline, practice when daily, a person can what? Discover their their nature, where beyond the waking personality alone, meaning past the physical, which is the only idea of self that ordinary people have. Everybody had that concept of self, but watch this. Now, this is why when ordinary people die, ignorant people, watch this. Ignorance not bliss. Love you, brother-in-law. But when ordinary people, which are ignorant, die, what? They feel that they are losing all of their existence. That's it. And ain't nobody coming back. The ignorant again, their existence. And since they have, here you go, no knowledge of their existence beyond this physical components, they just know their name, they know the physical body, and they have an ego mind. So with that, you will die. Simple as that. You're dying. You ain't coming back. You're not, no. You're going to be Ahmed food. Why? Because you're ignorant, and that means you're unrighteous. You don't have knowledge of self, so you back to the line, let the spirit go back and do it again. Why? You messed up. Simple as that. Ain't nothing worse than all y'all believers realizing what you believe in when that judgment day. It's too late then. You can't change nothing then. Again, if what religion you follow, and if it's working for you, do that by all means. That's right thinking. But if you follow a religion that you're not prospering, you just believing in it because it sounds good, whatever it is, however, if it ain't doing nothing for you, why you following it? Right then, because you prospering. You should be doing better. Why? I am. I live by it every day. Sorry, let's get this over with. Sorry about that. Now, to wrap this up, the capacity of Aset is what? The ability to control and even heal what? Ra. And it underscores her nature as what? A healer agent. Aset is one of the primary divinities presiding over what? Health and healing. In ancient Egypt texts, we read, O Aset, great of Heka, meaning great of words of power. She had power. Okay, to what? Heal me. Knowledge to what? Release me from all things what? Bad and evil. She was against Set, the egoistic one. Them did not get along. Understand that. This is a proverb from Elders 18th dynasty. But now let's talk wrap it up. I said wisdom. Her wisdom itself is a healing power which can heal the ultimate malady, human spiritual of ignorance. I can give you information. I can enlighten you. You have to do the work. That's what she tell you. And that is what the healing of Haru and Ra by Aset represents. She can put you back together. She can take care of everything else for you. And Aset, what? She stopped time and space. And that's the concept that is the power of her voice. Speaking to existence. Utter himself into existence. When you reach that level of power, that's the power you control. And in time, just after what? Haru died, what happened? After trying to, in vain, to revive him, I guess resuscitate him, CPR, all that, Aset cared for nothing, watch this, of the world. If my son is not here, nothing else, I felt that way about my dad. Without him, nothing meant I was that ignorant. Man, the world gonna be good without my dad. Ignorance, okay, but understand that's the love you have for them. I get that, I understand that. Watch this, and watch this. She what? She stopped changing the word. She withdrew. I said care for nothing of the world. Watch this. And her attention was directed where? Exclusively to the boat of who? Right? I told you. She calling God, so to speak. That's the concept of calling God. Watch this. She withdrew all awareness of the physical world, its drama, and she became what? Fixed on that boat and on Ra, who's in the boat, so to speak. Calling God. When that happened, what happened? The boat whose sailing causes waves in the primordial ocean causing it to maintain the shapes of creation and the movement of time and objects changing in space could not continue. Why? She put a halt to everything. That's what she's saying. She got the power to do that. Anyone who has that capacity to emote in this way that can stop time and space, you bad bam jammer. The waking consciousness, the heart, spelled CONSCIENC, and enter into the astral plane, not the physical world, the next level up we call heaven. From there, now they can what? Commune. When you meditate, that's what you're doing. You're getting out of the physical concept like you go to sleep, you go into the dream world. But in meditation, you are awake. You ain't dreaming, you just meditating. That's the concept. Watch this. And what happened? When you commune with God and the goddess and other spirits, as well as the impressions of what? Your subconscious mind, and from here, one can travel to great distances. Remember, the physical body is in the bed. The mind can go backwards, forwards, up, down, in, out. It can do anything it wants. It can teleport. It can astral project. That's all mental. Okay. And watch this. Your mind can travel great distances and what? Discover expansiveness. Ayahuasca, LSD, or enhancing drug, alternating drugs, you can take them and go to another level. That's all, but that's all enhancements. Sadi said, you don't need none of that. I'm with you on that one, Sadi. I took the drug of faith and belief when I commune with my high self. I've been high ever since. Moving on. And there ain't no drug. For here, watch this. From here also, they can now transverse to what? The realm which is beyond the physical. And to what? Transcendental, dissolving into what? The primeval ocean, which is one with God. Like Ra at the end, watch this, of creation. We're wrapping it up. I'm bringing it home. Stay with me. I'm almost there. Thus, an adept aspirant, a right thinker who understands, can now cause the creation to what? Come to an end, and in so doing, stop the worldly process that has what? Killed her son Haru. And now you discover the goddess of peace, humility, joy, and universal love of what? Your soul that resurrects and nurtures the soul. And that comes from what? This comes from the depths of your spirituality within yourself. Having achieved, remember now, this is in you. But the only way it's going to happen if you achieve this experience for yourself as an aspirant. You can eventually have it if what? You put the work in. It don't just happen by accident. You come back to what? The world out of meditative state to time and space with what? Now, every time I meditate, I come out with something different. And they're saying right here, this is what I know for a fact. When you come out that state of meditation back to time and space, you come back with a renewed, reconstituted, enlightened soul, and it's invigorated with fortitude and its immutable will to do whatever it has to do, which is serve your higher self. That's knowing thyself. That's Niha, aka spiritual enlightenment. That's becoming aware of who you are. My goal is to get all right thinkers to do just that. That's the lesson. I got a Q&A lesson coming up for you. That's next. So right now, at the end, may all right thinkers let it be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you passed away.